Hello, my name is Maxwell Irving. I'm currently enrolled in the Pima Community College Teacher Certification Program. I have 3 years experience teaching high school social studies. This presentation is on data-driven instruction, specifically on my experiences and tools I have used to accomplish it so far in my career. Data-driven instruction involves not just looking at the results of assessments, but making students partners in the analysis of their data. Students can use this data to set their own goals and develop a growth mindset. Students should always be made aware of their grades on assignments and tests, but the growth mindset takes this one step further. Students and teachers should partner to create goals for a student's growth. Making students a partner in the analysis of their data will prove to them that they can grow. Teachers in Arizona have a wealth of data at their disposal to use with students to set their goals and achieve growth in their abilities, their skills, and their knowledge. Non-assessment data utilized in instruction includes individualized education programs, individual learning plans, and English language learner information. This is an example of an individual language learner plan for an ELL student. Notice in the fifth column, there's a great deal of information about their current levels and abilities. This information should be shared with the student and taken under serious consideration by the teacher as they differentiate their instruction for students that are learning English as a second language. This is an example of an ILLP progress report for an ELL student. Teachers often fill these out on a quarterly basis, and the growth mindset would involve sharing this data with students and setting discrete goals to achieve growth in the various areas identified. There are 2 types of assessment, and the data gained from these assessments should be disclosed to students and be used to help set goals for individual students to differentiate instruction and progress during the course of a semester. Formative assessment should be occurring all the time in a classroom as the moment-to-moment monitoring of student learning during the course of a lesson. Summative assessments usually occur at the end of a unit to determine if students successfully learn the standards. Both types of assessments should be used to determine if learning is taking place and if students have succeeded. If not, the lesson needs to be retaught. Here's a list of tools for formative assessment I use in my classroom. I often give writing benchmarks using prompts with rubrics, Kahoot, Poll Everywhere, Galileo, and using writing templates. ATI Online or Galileo is often used to deliver summative assessments. But here you see a test monitoring screen that during a formative assessment, students can look at to determine if they're selecting the correct responses on their quiz or test. This gives immediate feedback and helps students know where they're at and how much they've learned. The teacher can use this to gauge student progress in the moment, immediately, and during the course of a lesson. Kahoot is a multiple choice quiz game that students interact with using their cell phones. This game is quite fun for students, but also yields a great amount of formative assessment data that a teacher can use to determine if students are reaching their learning goals. It also provides immediate feedback to students regarding their retention and recall of key facts and information relevant in the social studies. Written expression is a key component in the social studies, and delivering writing benchmarks where students respond to a prompt and that this writing is scored using a rubric is an excellent source of formative data for a teacher, but also can be used to provide feedback to a student and set goals in their ongoing data-driven instruction. Here are some writing templates that can be used by teachers after formatively assessing students' written expression to move them forward, starting with a basic paragraph through an extended paragraph, and ultimately to have students write 5-paragraph essays that would be suitable in a college classroom. In addition to the formative and summative assessment data collected by a teacher in his or her classroom, there are also Arizona state mandated summative assessments, including the state civics exam, AZ Merit Reading, and AZ Merit Writing. The great thing about these tests is they yield a great deal of data regarding student progress. This data can be used by the institution, by the school, in ongoing data-driven instruction. Students should be made aware of all of this data, and instruction should be differentiated to reflect student needs, student concerns, and student goals. In conclusion, these are some of the tools and experiences I've had in data-driven instruction. My goal is to perfect this as I move forward in my career as a teacher. I really want to partner with students to help them understand that they can grow and see their growth so that they continue to be successful as students or in their careers as adults.